Is it going good? Excellent connection. No way. Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. I'm on? Oh, yeah. Let's see. And I am. Okay, there we go. Hello, everybody. My name is CarlosPrimeTime. Wow, I haven't had that kind of intro in a long time. At least I don't think I did it on the last one. So anyways, hello, everybody. My name is CarlosPrimeTime, and we're back 2 weeks in a row. See, welcome to the stream. How you doing, man? How you doing? I know you said you wanted to make it to the last one, but you weren't able to, and that's totally fine. But welcome to this one. How are you doing today? It's Friday. It's 2 weeks in a row, like the title says. This might be a record. Come say hi. I know the title is a little bit like, what? What? 2 weeks in a row? This might be a record. What record? I'm saying that I haven't streamed done like a stream consistently like this in I don't even know how long. So that's why this might be a record. I seen it. I said, yo, wait a minute. This about to be the second week in a row. No way. No way. That's crazy. But anyway, I'm excited. I'm happy to be back. I won't lie. Earlier, I was like, oh man, I'm tired. But I was like, you know what? No, I said I was going to do it. I said I was gonna do it, so now I'm here, and I'm honestly glad I did it. You know, you ever had those times where like you said you wanted to do something, then the time came where it was time to do it, but then you're like, oh, you know, I don't want to do it, but then you push yourself to do it, and then you're happy that you did it. That's how I'm feeling right now. Now the stream's not over, but I'm happy that I'm at least decided to start it instead of listening to my brain telling me, nah, I don't want to. No, I wanted to. I was just tired. But now I'm back. Anyway, Sean, welcome to the stream. Camp, welcome to the stream. How you guys doing? By the way, hit the like button. You know why? Because it's Friday, and this is my second week in a row streaming. Okay, come on, gotta give me a like for that, please. Give me a like. Give me a like for coming back. What is this? Consistency? No way. Carlos Primetime consistent. What is this? 2020? But anyway, Sean, welcome back. Haven't seen you since was it the Call of Duty stream days? I think it was, but welcome back. Let's see, in camp, you said can't recommend telling you suitcase. There won't be any vacations this year. Got to deal with emotional baggage right now. Wait, what? Hold on, I'm confused. Wait, can't recommend telling your suitcase. Can't recommend telling your suitcase there won't be any vacations this year. Got to deal with emotional baggage now. Oh no, camp. There goes the mic falling. No, camp. You got emotional baggage right now? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But if you're going to vacation, where are you going? I got to fix my mic. Holy smokes. This thing is falling. But anyway, let's see. Steve from Blues Clues has a podcast starting. What the heck? Are you talking about is that the OG Blues Clues, or is that the second Blues Clues? Because I don't remember. I don't remember which one, because I know there was two. There was two of them. There was two of them. And there was the first one that was there for a little bit, and then they switched it, which I don't remember why. I've heard theories. Chat, you guys, if you knew about Blues Clues, you have you heard about the theories? Now I'm not gonna say it because I'm not entirely sure if I'm correct, but Sean, do you know the theory as to why he got taken out? Let's see, OG though, that's crazy. The OG one is starting a podcast. Everybody's starting a podcast. Everybody's starting a podcast. I remember when podcasts were first starting. That sounds like I'm old. But well, I remember when podcasts were starting to get big, right? Not that long ago, like a few years ago, maybe like 3-4 years ago. And then everybody and their mom, the grandma, the great grandma, the grandpa, they all decided to make a podcast. And now everyone's got a podcast. I'm not starting a podcast. Nah. If I started a podcast, there would be one episode And then there wouldn't be another episode until like 2 years later about me saying like, "Oh man, I was gonna do, I was doing the podcast," I lost track and I just didn't upload, yeah, no, I'm not doing a podcast. What am I gonna talk about if I did a podcast? See, the good thing about when I go live, let me tell you, the good thing about when I go live is at least I got you guys to talk with. Okay, if I'm on a podcast, unless I have guests. If I do a solo podcast, that's got to be one of the hardest things to do because I mean, it's similar to like a commentary video, but the whole point of podcast is supposed to be more casual, more just like authentic, I guess. Well, it depends because some are a little. I like listening to ones with it's a little bit more like they do try, but I don't know, like solo podcasts. I've heard of people where they start a solo podcast, they do like 2 3 episodes, and then they just stop because they don't know what to talk about. They just run out of things to talk about because they're like, what am I going to talk about for 30, 40, 50 minutes? But yeah, he said that the Nickelodeon schedule didn't allow him to become an alcoholic or drug addict. And then he also didn't want to show up to the club and be Steve. But he said he was aware of all the rumors and he said it messed him up because it felt like the world was almost wishing it on him. Man. Yeah. See, I thought so it was something with the drugs, but I didn't want to just say that without any real concrete proof. But if you're saying that that's what he said, well then there you go. I mean, if he said it, he said it. Listen, you could always bring your brother into it. Brett has a podcast called Sup Cuz Sup. I can't read sometimes. But you can always bring your brother into it. Brett has a podcast called Sup Cuz you guys could have a spinoff called Sup Bro. Oh, Sup Cuz. So then Sup Bro. Okay. I see what you're saying. I don't think me and Amanda would make a good podcast. I'm gonna be honest. It would just be me talking most of the time. It would be me talking most of the time, and then him saying a little bit. Wait, the Blues Clues guy has a podcast with Dwight from The Office? Is that what you're saying? Let's see. See, if you did the stream tomorrow, it would be possible for you not to join because the same reason last time. Oh, yeah, no, it's all good. But you're here now, and so that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Let's see. He said, no, he was on Dwight's podcast, and it's okay because what you described just sounds like two bears, one cave. One person talks while the other would listen. Yo, I've seen that. I've seen it because they have videos of it. That's the one with Bert Kreischer, right? Wait, is that the one with Bert Kreischer? I think that's the one with Bert. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Is that the one with Bert Kreischer? You still have like point zero little. Oh my gosh. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Under the bed? Well, you wake up and go, another day. Made it through another day. Oh, that's sad. That's kind of sad. Anyway, but hey, you made it now, and that's what matters. You're good now. Yeah, Bert and Tom. Yeah, I've seen clips from that from the the Two Bears One Cave, and I remember it was the Bert Kreischer where he was talking about him with the gallon of Kool-Aid. I think it was a gallon or a half gallon. I don't know. But anyway, talk about gallon. If you guys got water, not vodka. If you got water, please, not the vodka. Let's go with the water, please. If we got the water, let's go ahead. Let's get some water. I forgot to do the cheers part, didn't I? I just went straight to drinking it. It's water in here, though. Yeah, the Kool-Aid. That is so much Kool-Aid though. If you if you really did drink um like a gallon of Kool-Aid a day, I wonder if how that would affect you in about like 5 years. If you did that for 5 years. And not the sugar-free one, like the regular Kool-Aid. How much would that affect you? That's a good scientific question right there. We need to have a scientific study on what happens if you drink a gallon of Kool-Aid for 5 years. How much liters is a gallon? I'll do it for you. I'll do the math. I'll do the math real quick. How much liters is a gallon? This is for the people on the around the world because US wants to be different and I don't know how to do the conversions. So 1 gallon is 3.78541 liters. Yeah. So almost 4 liters is a gallon. We can round it up to 3.8. 3.8 liters equals 1 gallon. So 3.8 liters of Kool-Aid a day for 5 years. What would that do to a human? Would you turn into the Kool-Aid man? Just start busting into walls? Breaking walls? Screaming, "Oh yeah," every time you walk in? No, it's not 69 liters. 69 liters is not a gallon. Holy, 69 liters? Wait. I need to know. 69 liters, because I'm not going to do the math. I'm not going to do the 3.8 conversion. I'm just going to ask. 69 liters is equal to how many gallons? Dang, 18.22 gallons of Kool-Aid a day. Nah. How many calories is 18 gallons of Kool-Aid? What the heck is going on? 17,280 calories a day of just straight Kool-Aid. Dang, 17,280 calories worth of Kool-Aid every day if you had 69 liters of Kool-Aid. Nah. How much would that cost? Now I'm going to go down this rabbit hole of trying to figure out all these things. So you got to buy 18 gallons of Kool-Aid a day. I don't know how much Kool-Aid costs, but imagine paying for 18 gallons of Kool-Aid every day. And then not even just be like, "Oh yeah, I'm saving this for a family. I'm saving this for a week, a month. I'm saving this for the year." No. You're saving it for today. You started at, let's say, 8 in the morning and you're done by 8 in the afternoon or at night, whatever you want to say. Just Kool-Aid. 50 pounds of sugar every week. Maybe even more. I don't even know. Well, actually, I don't think it would be that. Would it be that much? I don't know. See, now you're getting me to ask all these questions, and then it's gonna make me want to answer all these questions. Because once I get into the loop of these questions, I just want to close the loop. I want to figure out the loop. You just did the hood math. You just did the just quickly. That's about 18 gallons. Divide that by pi, and then 50 pounds. Yeah. No, I understand. Sometimes you gotta do a little guesstimation. It doesn't have to be exact. And you know what? We'll go with it. 50 pounds of sugar a week, you're gonna have problems by 1 month. In 1 month, if you're drinking 50 pounds of sugar every week, In a month, I wonder what's gonna happen. You're gonna have no teeth. I can't confirm that though. I can't confirm that. But 50 pounds of sugar a week for 5 years straight. 50 pounds of sugar a week, 18,000 calories. No, 17,000. 17,000 calories and 18 gallons of Kool-Aid for 5 years straight every day. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what would happen. I don't and scratch the idea. Don't do that scientific. Don't do that scientific idea. Don't do that. We don't need to investigate. I think I think it's fine. That would be classified as torture. Let's not do that. You never drank Kool-Aid in your life. Are you missing something? Nah, not really. I mean, the only thing that I'd say is that if you were to drink Kool-Aid, now I don't know if they come in any way, like any other package. I don't know. Other than I think they can come in a way like where it's like a sugar packet and stuff. I think. I don't know. But they do have it where it's like a bottle and then you twist the top off and that's how and then you can drink it. Like that's cool, but nah, you're not really missing anything. Kool-Aid's not that crazy. Kool-Aid is really not that crazy. I haven't had Kool-Aid in years. I do not remember the last time I had Kool-Aid. So no, you're not missing anything. All I'm wondering is just what would happen if you drank that much Kool-Aid for 5 years. But we don't need to do the scientific study on that. It's okay. Let's see. You were thinking about the little Kool-Aid cup thing next to a big old bag of sugar at Sam's Club. Have you ever seen? Have you guys ever seen when there's like a video? Well, they'll put like a drink, like let's say like a smoothie or ice cream or soda or something like that, and then they'll put the cup and then put the sugar. You know how it says, oh, there could be like 17 grams of sugar or 8 grams of sugar or whatever. They would take the cup of the thing and then they'd put like sugar in a cup to show just how much sugar is actually in it because you can't see it once it's already done. It's not like you're literally just seeing sugar. It's already blended and everything. You don't see it. So it's so wild to see sometimes where they'll be like, oh, this is what 30 grams of sugar looks like. And sometimes they'll put it in like cubes, little sugar cubes, and it'll show. And it's very interesting to see just how much is in a lot of these things. Now, don't get me wrong. Still tastes good. Like sometimes, you still gonna want to eat some. But it gives at least an idea of just how crazy some of the stuff is. Because I mean, when you see the number, you're like, oh, 30 grams of sugar. But then you like see it, what it actually looks like, and you're like, oh, okay. All right, that's a lot. That's a lot. I seen one thing, it was like a Starbucks. No, it wasn't Starbucks. I think it was Sonic's. I think it was a Sonic's milkshake. And it had like 100+ grams of sugar, like super high amount of sugar, and then they showed it and it was so much, it was a lot. But I find that very interesting. It's interesting to see. It's interesting to see. Gives some kind of visual representation of what it actually looks like, so it is interesting. 100 grams is crazy. Yeah, and then more. I now you got me wondering. I'm gonna go look it up right now actually. Sonic's most sugar milkshake. I guess highest sugar would have been a better way of saying it, but whatever. 158. 202 grams. Okay, so there's one. Okay, so there's a milkshake from Sonic, and it has 158 grams of sugar. which is equal to 39 teaspoons or 46 cubes of sugar in one milkshake. 158? That's crazy. European Union wouldn't allow that. Yeah, you guys over there, you guys have it more healthier, more cleaner. But I don't know if it tastes better, but I do know that a lot of other countries are a lot more healthier when it comes to their food. I do know that for sure. In the US they kind of just allow whatever. I mean, there are things that are banned, but I think, but but in general, it's mainly just if it tastes good, then it's fine. That's kind of how it goes. So then you have to be more cautious about what you eat, making sure you eat good stuff and not the bad stuff if that matters to you. But yeah. You moved since the last real stream. Like, what's up with life since the prime time days? It's really just been um after graduating college, it's really been a lot of just like working, but also like having fun, hanging out with friends, meeting new people, doing new things, having new experiences, having good times. I try to post from time to time when I'm on my Instagram. Whenever I do things that are interesting, that I think are exciting or whatever, I try to post on my Instagram. So normally it's on my story, but I do post from time to time, like actual posts. But yeah, I mean, in general, it's really just been that. It's just been working and having a good time. It's pretty much going on goals, going after goals, going uh trying new things. I don't know. I just been good. It's been good. There's ups and downs. There's always ups and downs, but in general, it's been good. Now, if you want to ask things like, uh, do I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Let's see. You said it was nice to catch up. I gotta go watch a video on how to fix the wife's phone that you snapped it in half. She started it. Okay, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Okay, okay. Well, at least you're gonna try to fix it. At least you're gonna try to fix it. Okay. I don't want to know what caused it. I know that you said that you did it, but you know what? I'm just glad at least you're gonna try to fix it. S25 Ultra. Wow. So is that like the more newer ones? But through a garbage can. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. We're good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. All right. Just at least you can try to fix what's going on. I wish you the best, though. Good luck, man. I try not to escalate things more. And yeah, wish you the best, though. And hopefully you do fix your phone. Hopefully you fix the phone. Okay. Anyway, thank you for joining, man. And yeah. All right. Peace out, man. Dishwater and weeds. Okay. Nah. Okay. Okay. Alrighty, man. Let's see. All right, but see, you asked an interesting question. You said look up European Fanta and compare it with the US Fanta. All right. Is there a certain flavor you want me to look up, or just in general? Because I'm gonna look it up. European. Mm. All right, I'm looking up right now. The original? Okay. Yeah, so the orange one. All right, I'm gonna look it up right now. What the heck? Okay. No, but I need to look up per bottle. Okay, well it says that the US, well, let me start with the European. The European, it says around 5.6 grams per 100 milliliters. But I don't know how much is a bottle. I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna look up. Let's see. So Fanta bottle sizes are measured in milliliters. Okay. So a common glass bottle size is 330 milliliters. Dang, I'm gonna have to do some math. I'm here thinking I'm able to just look at, but I'm gonna have to actually do some math here too. I'm gonna do some research just to figure out the difference. Okay, but it says that for a European, it's 5.6 grams for 100 milliliters. And then for the US is 12.1. So that's basically double. So however much is in a European Fanta, just double that. And that's how much is in a US one. Okay. So a 20-ounce bottle, which is like a regular bottle of Fanta, has 73 grams of sugar. Oh, I might be able to do this quick. Maybe I should do a little different way of saying it. All right. Can I have one for a 20 ounce? Ah, no, I'm still not gonna be able to find it out that way. Look at the color of them too. Well, I'm currently looking at the orange one. So most of the bottles are 500 milliliters. Okay, well then let's do some quick math. So if it's 5.6, I'm gonna do some quick math with the calculator. I'm gonna forget the Google. I'm just gonna use the calculator. So if it's 5.6 grams or 100 milliliters. Nah, I didn't do that right. I didn't do that right. I didn't do that right. I did not do that right. I multiplied it instead of dividing. 89 grams? Wow. Okay, well, if this is true, and I did my math correct, that means that for 500 milliliters of Fanta in the UK, well, European, it's around 89 grams of sugar. But if we did, actually no, well, yeah, it really depends on where you're at because the range is different. But let's use 500 milliliters. So if the US, okay, if the US, 500 milliliters is 16.9 ounces. Okay. Wow, this is gonna take me like 20 minutes just to figure out how much sugar is in the orange Fanta. Ah, crazy. I did not think it would be this difficult for me. UK, 500 milliliters. Oh, maybe I can just go on Amazon. But is this accurate? I don't know if this is accurate. European. Nope, I can't even do that way. I can't even do it that way. So 500 milliliters. US 500 milliliters of Fanta sugar. $73 grams for a US bottle. So now I'm gonna say UK. Same thing. 23 grams. There we go. Wow. Why did I took so long to figure that out. I could have just simply asked that way. Okay, so now we got it. So for 500 milliliters in the UK, it's 23 grams, 23.5 grams in the UK of sugar. In the US, it's 73 grams. So almost three times the amount of sugar in the bottle in the US. So there we go. It only took about 15, 25, 35 minutes, but we got it. So that's how much it is. It's about 23 grams for the orange Fanta sugar wise in the UK, and then 73 over in the US. But I hear that there might be a thing coming along that's going to make it so that um, the ingredients change and when it comes to the US to try to make it a little bit healthier. I don't know if that's confirmed or not. It might have been just a random Instagram thing that I just saw and maybe I think it's real. I don't know. All I know is though that if that does happen, then that's good. But the only thing is though that sometimes, see for me, I normally most of the time eat clean. Most of the time I eat clean and healthy, right? But so then when I want to eat something that's not clean or healthy, I want to eat something like a little bit more fun, a little bit different. I want it to taste like how I'm used to it tasting. Like I don't want to open, let's say, a bag of Skittles, and then I go into the Skittles, I taste the Skittles, and turns out that the Skittles taste is like something totally different because they had to change the ingredients. You know? So that's one thing is it would be a little bit sad if there's certain foods or snacks that I did used to like. And then when I wanted to eat something fun, it's like, oh, dang, it doesn't taste good anymore. That could be a thing. But in the overall, the grand scheme of things, it's a good thing. It's a good idea to make it so that stuff is healthier. Because then eventually people won't remember what it used to taste like anyway. You know what I mean? Like the only people that will remember what things like tasted like back then are the people that tasted it back then. And even then, after enough time goes by, you'll forget anyway. You'll forget what it used to taste like. I'm sure there's things that I've tried that back then tasted very different from what it is now, and I don't even remember what it used to taste like. It just tastes normal. So in the future, it'd probably be a really good thing. But for now, it would kind of suck if I go and eat some cookies and cream ice cream and it doesn't taste like cookies and cream ice cream. I'll be like, dang, what happened to my cookies and cream ice cream? Because cookies and cream ice cream is my favorite dessert. But that would suck. That would suck. But in the future, it would be great because it's healthier now. So, but yeah, like currently right now, there are healthier snack fun food options. But like I said, I don't even eat those that often. So when I do, I want it to taste the fun way. So, but yeah, so you said for you, the European color of Fanta in the US looks radioactive. What the heck? No way. It can't be that different. I need to see it. I'm going to see it. US Fanta versus UK. Wow. Okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I actually see what you're saying. They do look very different. The one in the UK, I mean European, which I guess UK is in Europe. The European Fanta looks like pretty much orange juice. It's a little yellower though. I don't think orange juice is usually that yellow. But yeah, it is. That looks more like an actual fruit juice. The one from the US, I can see what you're saying. It does have a little bit of a radioactive look to it. It does look like if I drink it, then I'd turn into like an orange Hulk. I can see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. It does look very, very much so a little bit radioactive. But I have a friend where he went to Africa. He went to Africa, right? And he drank like 15 Fantas. He drank like 15 Fantas throughout the entire like week or two trip. I think it was a week actually. I don't know if it was 2 weeks. But he drank like 14, 15, 16 Fantas, like bottles, you know. And every time he would drink one, he would put on the Instagram, he was like, what's the higher or lower 14 Fantas throughout the trip? I didn't think he would. I didn't think he would drink that much. I didn't know. I didn't know his fascination for Fanta. I didn't know. But surprise, he got me. He got me. So I thought it would be lower. And then turns out it was higher. He did drink it. He did drink that amount. But he said it's only when he's in Africa. And I think he said something about that because the water is not as good as in in the US, at least where he was at. I think he said something about that you're not supposed to drink the water. So instead he just got Fanta whenever he would go to restaurants or places. And that's just what he drank. So I guess that makes sense then. Why he was able to drink that many. But I mean, if you have 7 days, if you got 7 days, if you want to drink 14, all you need to do is drink 2 a day. But you see, I didn't think he was gonna be drinking that many. And again, dude, the last 2, 3 days, I think it was last 2 days, or it was like 48 hours or 24 hours left in the challenge thing that he was saying. He had only drinking like 9. So I'm here thinking, yeah, no way. There's no way he's gonna do that. There's no way he's gonna drink that many. I was wrong. I was wrong. Luckily, I'm not a betting person. If I was a gambler, I lost. I lost money. I should have known though. I had no idea. I had no idea. There's a thunder there where you live? Well, hopefully the Wi-Fi doesn't go out. Yeah, man. Every time there's a hurricane over here in Florida, the power goes out for about a few days or a week. But that's better than, some other places. So anyway, I only brought that up because you brought up the thunder and the fact that we're in hurricane season, which my abuelita said, never go on cruises during hurricane season, because she said that one time she went on a cruise and it was during hurricane season. And then when she was on the cruise, the boat was going crazy, going all over the place. Water was getting everywhere. It was crazy. And then when she got back home, there was such a mess around her house and all that stuff that she was like, never again will she go on a cruise during hurricane season. And then she told her friends that. But you know what her friends did? They went on the cruise during hurricane season. And then the same thing happened to them. And then they were like, abuelita. I'm going to say abuelita. That's obviously they're not saying abuelita. That's my abuelita. That's not their abuelita. They're friends. Okay. You don't call your friends abuelita unless it's actually your abuelita. But anyway, they were like, abuelita, I'm so sorry. We should have listened to you and all that stuff. And then abuelita was like, I told you. But hey man, who expects to go on a cruise and then a hurricane shows up? Like, you booked the cruise a while before. You're not going into it thinking, yes, on this day there will be a hurricane. You don't know that. So I can't blame them. I mean, you do have to know a little bit of the fact that it is hurricane season, but I'm not surprised that they book it. I'm not surprised. I mean, I went on a cruise in July, and July is technically hurricane season, but we didn't have any problems, so that's good. But anyway, you use cellular data? Oh, so you won't even have to worry then? When we had our power out last year, I think it was. I think it was last year. I'm sure it was last year. There was a hurricane, and then the power went out, right? It was out for a few days. And then randomly, Mando goes like this. Now remember, power's out. It's been out for like 3 days. Okay, so no lights, no AC, no nothing. Right? He randomly, and it was dark out at this time because it was like 7, 8 o'clock. He went, power on. Nothing happened. So then he went, come on. Power on. I kid you not, instantly, right when he went power on, instantly, you hear like on Call of Duty Zombies where you turn on the power, boom, lights turning on. The whole neighborhood lights were turning on. The power went back on. It was out for 3 days. This man hits a power on and everything turns on. I kid you not. Me, Mando, Marina, we were all in the living room. Once that happened, we started screaming, running around because it was the most impossible, ridiculous thing that I've ever witnessed in life. Actually. And I don't think there's anything that will ever top that because there was no power. And you're telling me when Mando goes power on, the whole entire power grid turns back on? Nah. That was the most unbelievable thing that I've ever seen happen. And it happened in real life. Now, we rarely ever bring it up, but every once in a while, it gets brought up and we look at each other like, "Ah, I can't." Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. That made no sense. Mando turned the power on for the entire neighborhood with his hands. It made no sense. And to this day, we have no idea. No idea how. But let's see, you were on vacation in Croatia. There was 40 Celsius every day with averaging 9 UV. 40 Celsius. Let me see what 40 Celsius to Fahrenheit, because I'm an American. 40 Celsius to Fahrenheit. 104 degrees. Well, dang. Well, dang. Is it very humid in Croatia too? See, I don't know my geology like that, so I'm gonna check. Ah, yeah, I think I know. Okay, I thought so. This was it. I thought so that Croatia is the one that has like water around. Yeah. So was it humid too then? So like, were you feeling very sticky and also extremely hot? Because over here in Florida, it does get very, very humid. That is a thing. So when it's like 95, 94, 93 or whatever, it feels super hot and sticky and stuff like that. And it's very uncomfortable. But that's because of the water around it. So that's why it gets very humid. So with Croatia, since it has water around it, I assume that it also gets very humid. But in Florida, it doesn't get over 100 degrees. So I can't imagine what 104 feels like. Now, there's places like Texas that get really hot too, over 100. And then I believe it's also humid too, because it does have water. But I don't necessarily know if it's in the same level as Florida because, peninsula. Wait, is Texas? No, I don't think so. You said first day you came in at 6 a.m. and it was 12 Celsius, but at 1 p.m. it was 42. Not the big jumps. That's the worst one. It jumps like crazy like that. Yeah. So it was 53, then went to 104. Yeah, it literally doubled. It doubled. Man. You were sweating, weren't you? You were sweating like crazy. Were you drinking a lot of water? Were you staying hydrated? Were you staying hydrated? You know how to drink my water if I stay hydrated. Man. When it gets that hot, it's so... You said you were even sweated when you were sleeping. Man, yeah, because... Does Croatia have AC? Because in the US, most houses have AC, and if it doesn't have AC, it's mainly just because maybe the building's older, or I don't know, maybe someone didn't pay something, or just it didn't come with it. But most of the time they do have AC. But I've heard because I think Cal, someone that you would watch the streams way back then, one of them was like the other ones. I think he said that in the UK, a lot of houses don't come with AC. Like they just don't have it. And then the only way to have any type of air is with like a fan or something. So let's see. Okay, so where you were, they did have ACs. So it did have ACs, but it was so hot that the AC was just canceled out. And then you were sleeping and you were sweaty. But the views were incredible. I bet it was incredible. I mean, just looking at the picture that I saw, I mean, I believe it. I believe it. It was worth it. Then that's good. Even though you were sweating, laying down, sweating, sleeping and sweating even more while you're sleeping, the views made it worth it. Then that's good. That's all that matters at the end of the day, because you're on vacation. You're on vacation. So that's good. Now it would suck if you go on vacation and then you're just too hot and then you didn't enjoy it. Then that would suck. But you're on vacation. So I'm glad that it was worth it. I'm glad that it was worth it. It was cheaper than Polish Sea, even though you were on an island. The money, when it comes to money and the currencies and all that stuff, where it translates depending on where you're at, I always find that a little bit interesting because you can go somewhere and then however much money it costs where you're from, it costs, let's say if something costs $1, I'm going to use dollar because that's what we use in the US, right? So you use $1. That's $1 equals $1. But then I could go take that dollar and then go to a different country, and now that dollar is worth more in that other country compared to what they use. So if they use something that's, I mean, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but let's say that somewhere that their money is worth less, then I could take $1 and it'll be like if I could buy one Fanta bottle here with $1, which is not the case, but let's say if it was, if I was able to buy one bottle of Fanta here in the US with $1, then I can go to another country where the money is a lot is a less value, and I could buy, let's say, two Fantas with $1, with $1. Which is what a lot of people do. A lot of people do that. Like a lot of people that they make money online, and then they're able to make enough money to where they can be able to live in a place that's cheaper when it comes to the money that they make from their where they make their money from. So if they make money in the US, but then they decide to live somewhere, I'm gonna say Thailand. I don't know if I think theirs is lower, so you're able to pay for more with less with the US dollar. So they make this amount of money from the US, but then they live in, or for a certain period of time, they live in a different place like Thailand, like I said, or somewhere else, because the cost of living is so much lower with the money that they make from the US. So a lot of people do that. I don't know if I personally would do that, just because I genuinely enjoy living over here. But hey, I don't know. People do whatever they want, and I could understand why they would do it, because you can get such a higher quality life or quality of life with the money that you have when things cost way less. So yeah. But it's always I always find that a little bit interesting though. 1 euro is about 4,244. Is it pawn? Wait, how do you pronounce that one? And I'm assuming that's what it is in Croatia. Is the PON? Is it pawn? In Poland, you can't buy a single Fanta with one USD. Okay, yeah, over here you can't buy one with one USD either. But I was just using that for easy numbers. I was just using that for easy numbers. What? Polski zloty? I don't know what that is. Wait. Oh, so PLN is the no, 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 no. Oh, wait. Hold up. What the heck is that? I'm gonna have to translate this. Oh, okay. So that's the currency. Okay, so that's the of Poland is zloty. I don't think I'm saying that right. Am I saying that right? I feel dumb. So for Poland, your currency is Polski zloty. I don't think I'm saying that right though, but I'm just saying it like how I read it, and I hope that's right. But if I'm wrong, just correct me, I guess. Just say yes or no if I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right, say right, and wrong, say wrong. But so Polski zloty, not right, but close. Okay, okay. At least I'm close. At least I'm close. At least I'm close. I'll take that. At least I'm close. I'm not entirely wrong. Which one am I getting wrong? Is it both words that I'm getting wrong? Let's see. Polski. Polski's good, or Polsko. Well, now it says an O, but I don't know if that was a typo. Okay, so Polski, and then Zloty is more complicated. All right, Polski, Zloty, Zloty. I don't know, but okay. So one of those is equal to 28 cents. So 0.28 of a USD. And it's okay. Go to translator, you can hear. True. Let me put on my headphones. Alrighty. Well, let's see if I can even. Oh, yeah. Zloty. Let me hear it. Oops, what did I just click? I don't know what I clicked.
Zloty.
All right, I have my headphones on, and the name, it's not even the right audio. It's the computer monitor.
Zloty.
Zloty.
Złoty medal.
Zloty. Is it Zloty? Is that right? Is that right? Zloty? Zloty? Nah, what the heck? That's what the translator said. No, what? This translator is wrong. Dumb translator. It's not even the right thing.
Złoty.
Zloty. It's saying Zloty. That L thing is the problem. I don't even know how you write that L because my keyboard doesn't have it. Maybe your keyboard has that, or maybe you're using your phone. I don't know how you're watching it, but it's hard to pronounce. Okay. All right, then I'm gonna just say, well, maybe this.
Złoty.
Zloty.
Złota.
Zlota? I don't, man, I don't know. You're on your phone? Okay. Then that makes sense. You probably clicked and hold and it hasn't. Zloty. I'm gonna call it Polski Zloty. Close? All right, I'll just go with that. Because the translator is saying Zloty. So I'm just gonna go with that. That's gonna be how I say it. Polski Zloty. And then if I ever go to Poland, I'm gonna be like, hello, can I get one Polski Zloty? And then I'm gonna get slapped in the face because I don't know. Well, they're gonna be like, what are you saying, you dumb American? You idiot American. Can't pronounce the word Polski Zloty. Well, I hope they don't slap me in the face, really, but like, I'm close though, so at least they'll know what I mean. They'll be like, oh, okay, he wants one zloty. And then it'll be like, okay. But so at least it'll be close enough. It's not like they will be completely confused. Look up skin. But it's a town, but the pronunciation's harder. What the heck? Well, yeah, I mean, I'm reading it and I don't even know how to say it other than it's in. All right. Stretching. Is that right? Stretching. I think that's right. Come on, let's see. Is that right? Stretching. Yes. Okay, well then you know what? If that was right, then I'm going to use that exact same translator or pronunciator thingy for the other word. Zloty. Is that right? Zloty? Zloty and Zloty. Oh, they're two different things? What the heck? Well, you see, I don't have that letter in my keyboard. Okay. I'm gonna put Polski Zloty with a line in it. With the line in it. I don't even know how can I even do this? Oh wait, I can just copy. I'm gonna copy. There we go. Now I know how to do it. I'm just gonna copy what you wrote. Look at that. That's that big brain. I'm not a dumb idiot American. I can do things sometimes. Okay. Zloty? Zloty. No. Zloty. Zloty? Is it Zloty? The way that I'm looking at the words that you're saying right now, right? The Polish words. I wonder if this is how people feel when they look at English words and they don't normally speak English. Because I'm looking at the word and I don't know how to pronounce it. English is easier than Polish, really? Because normally I hear that English is like one of the hardest languages. But wow. That's surprising. If that is the case, that is surprising. I'm missing the L with the line in it. Well, I don't know what to say. This thing's telling me that the L with the line in it. Wait, is it? The L with the line is similar to ZW. So, oh man. Swatter? Swatter. Is it swatter? Swatter. Swatter? Is it swatter? Is that how you pronounce it? Because I just seen this other thing that says how you pronounce it is swatter. Nah? Oh, dang it. Dang it. I don't think I'm gonna get it. The best I'm gonna do is Swati. Swati. Swati is the best that I can do. I can't do it any better. I tried. But anyway, man, it hit the hour mark. So I'm gonna be ending. Yep. I'm gonna end this stream. But I had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time. See, I hope you had a good time. I couldn't figure out how to say the word. I tried. I tried my best. I really did. I couldn't. I went through all different Google searches and I couldn't find a real answer. Okay, I tried my best. One thing said Swati. One thing I thought it was Zlati, and then one thing was Swatter, and I was like, that's not even the same thing. But I tried. But either way, I had a good time. So I hope you had fun. And yeah, man, 2 weeks in a row. That's surprising. That's surprising. But who knows? Maybe I'll do another one next week. Or maybe not. I don't know. I just do these for fun. So we'll see. Maybe. But if you want to know if I am, either Instagram or Discord. Well, Instagram, I would just message you if I know it's you. But in Discord, I usually do the noti. So yeah. But anyway, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I had a good time. Hope you had a good time too. It was fun talking about all this random stuff that we talked about. We talked about Fanta today, sugar, the trying to learn how to speak some Polish, the other stuff. I don't remember everything. I can't remember everything, but I had a good time. So anyways, hope you guys have a good rest of your Friday or Saturday, depending on what time you're watching. And with that being said, as always, remember to work hard, stay curious, and most of all, never grow up. Peace. Bye. Good night. See. Goodbye. I don't want to creep you out. All right. Bye.